Hey there, YouTube. So I'm going to be reviewing my very first harem anime that I've ever watched. And if y'all are wondering, no, my first harem anime wasn't Tenchi Muyo. I got into Tenchi Muyo like sometime after I watched this. So the anime I'm going to be talking about is I think is kind of it is pretty special to me. Like I watched this during my middle school days, and yeah, I was a I was a like this was probably like one of the very first like harems that I watched. One of them, but I would say that this show holds a very special place in my heart. And that show is Girls Bravo right here. Now we all are probably wondering what is Girls Bravo. Well, I'm going to tell you the synopsis to this. Basically, Girls Bravo is basically about this dude, mainly about this boy named Yukinari Sasaki, who has an allergic reaction to girls, and yeah, and every time a girl touches him, he actually breaks out into hives, and yeah, and the only girl that doesn't trigger his allergic reaction, doesn't break out the hives, is the girl on the cover here, Miharu Seneganaka, and she has these dots on her head, and you don't really notice, like you don't really know what the dots are there for. Like I'm not actually not going to spoil it. If y'all want to go watch this, it is streaming on Crunchyroll for y'all to view. So I recommend actually go watching it if you want to watch it. But yeah, this is the very first harem anime that I've ever watched. Maybe one of the first harems though that I watched. So the story revolves around Yukinari Sasaki. Yeah, I've already mentioned this. It's basically he basically gets like after he walks home one day, he walks into one of his friends that like walks in to his house to take a bath, and yeah, y'all probably know where this is going. He walks into on one of his female friends, Kirie Kojima, and she's like getting out of the bath or whatever. He walks into her on her naked, and he says something. And Kyrie gets all mad. Like she's the tsundere type of character. And Yukinari says some like some stupid shit to her, and Kyrie gets really offended by it, and she punches him into the bathtub, and then all of a sudden he gets transported to this girl inhabited planet called Saren. Like this planet is like 99% female, and there's no males on this planet whatsoever. Like yeah, and that's where he meets not Miharu is technically an alien, and technically like and yeah, and then there's Miharu's sister Maharu. She's like this big like I'm not gonna say anymore. She's like yeah. I mean I'm not gonna say anything. And yeah, this series does have a lot of fan service in it. If you don't like fan service, this series might not be for you. But let's just say fan service shows back in the day were on a whole nother level. Let's just say, yeah, and this series came out in the early 2000s. And yeah, I know some of you probably already seen this, and y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Fan service series back in the day were on a whole nother level, like unlike the fan service series that are coming out today, which are actually quite tame compared to this. So there's a other slew of other characters. There's Kazuhara Fukuyama, who's the hugest like perverted character in the series. like he thinks of nothing but of actually seeing a girl naked, and yeah, it's really crazy. And then there's Lisa Fukuyama. She's kind of like the one of those Disney blondes, and is actually the little sister to Kazuharu, and like she instantly falls in love with Yukinari day one, and she calls him his soulmate, her soulmate and stuff, and it's like, and and it is pretty funny. Then there's Koyomi, who is my favorite character in the series. She's afraid of men, and yeah, she's really shy around men. She's afraid of them, and I think that's what glued me to her character, and I think she's probably one of the more well written characters in the series. Then you got Tomoka, which she's really annoying, like just really annoying. And then you got Hayate and Kusame, the male and female butlers to Lisa, and I gotta say Kusame, oh my god, she's like heads over heels for Kyrie. Yeah, there's actually a little bit of LGBTQ elements in the show, and yeah. So that was actually the first time I ever seen it in an actual anime. So yeah, yeah, like the English dub to this show is like I would say is leagues better than the Japanese version. Like the dub is like, and again, that's how I watched it because it was on Netflix in the early 2010s. Yeah, back when Netflix used to have shows like this on their streaming service, but now Netflix is like we can't even put this on the service anymore. Well, yeah, which is fine, but so yeah, I mean it's only 24 episodes. You could probably get finished with this in no time, and I gotta say the dub to this is actually really good. You got voice talents from Yuri Lowenthal, Michelle Ruff, which are the only two noticeable voice actors. Like in the English dub version of the show, Michelle Ruff actually voices Miharu right here, and Yuri Lowenthal actually voices Yukinari Sasaki. If y'all like recognize those names, like they've been voicing they've been voicing like anime characters since, especially Yuri Lowenthal. If you don't know who Yuri Lowenthal is, he's basically the English voice for Sasuke, Uchiha, Naruto, uh, Simone, and Gurren Lagann. And he also voices Ben Tennyson in Ben 10 Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and I think Ben 10 Omniverse. Yeah, so he voices the teenage version of Ben Tennyson, and he voices some other characters too. But I think those are the only noticeable ones. And Michelle Ruff, she voices of course Miharu. She voices Rukia Kuchiki in Bleach in the English dub version of Bleach. And yeah, I think those are the only two noticeable ones up at the top of my head. So if y'all have some like time to kill and want to turn your brain off and again actually watch some like trashy harem fun, I recommend giving this series a watch. Like y'all will probably enjoy this, and this was probably maybe one of the best like in the realm of like trashy harem shows. This is maybe one of the best, and maybe one of the more maybe one of the more funnier ones. Like you will instantly will fall in love with the cast. Even if you don't like shows like this, I still recommend giving this a watch because you will laugh your ass off, especially in the English dub. Like this show is just all around crazy. If you hear me say Tenchi Muyo is crazy, like Tenchi Muyo is actually a lot more crazier, and but yeah, and this is actually from the same like I think the same like animation studio of a Tenchi Muyo, I think. Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay, Kadokawa, so it's not from the same studio. So yeah. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, this is the save edition. The the type of anime releases that the once defunct Funimation used to do. Yeah, one of these releases with the green spines. No wait, yeah, this was actually dubbed by the same company that actually dubbed the Tenchi Muyo OVAs, Tenchi Universe, Tenchi in Tokyo, and the Tenchi Muyo movies, which is a Pioneer slash Genion. So if you have some time to kill and you want to turn your brain off, if you want to turn your like brain off and actually enjoy some trashy harem fun, I recommend this a lot. So yeah, that's the review for Girls Bravo. I mean, I haven't really watched the show in a long time, so I might actually give this a rewatch soon because this is actually a pretty fun show. I'm not gonna lie. But do keep in mind there is a lot of fan service in the show, and when I say the fan service in the show is actually quite crazy, and when I tell you that fan service shows back in the day were took took it a step further, I really mean it. Like if you've seen like if you've seen other harem shows like this with just full blown female nudity, like yeah, don't worry, it's not a hentai or anything because if it was a hentai, it would have this would never gotten a dub or even a release by either Funimation or Genion. So yeah, that's that's the review. And if y'all like my videos, please leave a like, leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel. If we get to 200 subs, that would really help me out. And yeah, Shinosuke 96 signing out, and peace.